You're ready to harness the power of your communications data. Blast off with Nylas today.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Coding with Nylas, the live stream where we talk about programming, APIs, and more. My name is Blag, Senior Developer Advocate.
And my name's Ram, Developer Advocate at Nylas.
So Ram, how are you doing? Welcome back from vacation.
Thank you. I'm doing good. We were just talking before. We both had some time off, so I'm definitely excited for the time off, and as well excited to kind of get back into doing live streams with you and all other things. Devrel, how are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you. Weather is kind of nicer. We have a couple of heat warning days, but now it's getting better.
Okay,
So
cool.
Before we jump into the topic of today, let me remind people to like and subscribe. Just click on the little bell to get notified. Subscribe. The more subscribers we get, the better. So just like us. And I want to mention another thing. So if you're watching us on LinkedIn Live, then you can just post a comment and it's going to appear on our dashboard. So we're going to be able to display it. So let me do a quick demonstration right now. So I'm going to try to leave a comment. Let me see here. Hello from the live stream. And we should get a notification here that we can display. So I would say, oh, Alvaro, thanks for the comment. Hello from the live stream. Well, hello. So if you post a comment, it's going to appear here like this. So don't be shy and leave us a nice comment. Let me okay. So today we're going to talk about to parse or not to parse. That means usually we use regex to extract information, but there's a Python library called Parse, which is going to do our life better, easier. So it's not a new library. I think it's kind of old, but still it's kind of cool. I didn't know about it. So that's what I want to demonstrate today. So let me share my screen. And we're going to take at the source code first. We're going to execute it, and then we're going to compare it with Parse. So this is regex, obviously. So we're going to have a phone number. So 001, which is going to be the area code. And these numbers here are going to be the phone number. So what we want here with the regex code, we're using a B for boundaries. That probably we don't need here, but it's always better to specify that we have some boundaries around here. So we want to grab the first 3 digits as the area code, and we want to pick up the rest as the number. So here, we're going to do regular expression search. We're going to have the pattern, and we're going to have the phone number. If there's a match, what we're going to do is going to grab the first group, which is going to be these 3 digits, and we're going to put it on country code. And the second group is going to go into number. So then we're going to be able to say, print the country code and print the number. Otherwise, set the number or the phone number is invalid. So probably this is too small. I forgot to actually make it bigger. So let's do that right away. Let's change the font here to, let's say, 36 probably. It looks exactly the same. Well, how does it look? Too small or?
It's not bad. Did you try increasing the font?
Yeah, that's what I tried. I obviously not make. Oh, I think I need to click there. Okay.
There we go. Okay.
That's better. Okay. So, and that's not Ruby. Okay, so that's clear. So I need to go back to everything here. Not a problem. Okay. And now, some things that I need to do. Okay, perfect. So what I'm going to do now is Python 3, parse playground. So it's going to extract the country code 001, and it's going to extract the phone number. All good. But what if the number comes with parentheses? It's going to happen is that obviously here we don't have any parentheses. So when we run it again, oops, invalid phone number. So what if we instead say like, okay, let's put a dash? It's gonna be exactly the same thing. It's just gonna fail. So obviously we can have like another regex which is going to go and replace all the parentheses, replace all the dashes and everything. But probably we don't really want that. So what we're gonna do now is we're going to demonstrate how the Parse library works for this kind of project. So I'm gonna comment that and I'm gonna bring this upper. And this is the code we're gonna use for Parse. Let me uncomment that. So we're going to import compile from the parse library and also parser from the parse library. So what we're going to have here is this is going to be some sort of our pattern. So we're going to say between brackets country code and then number 10.10, which basically means grab the last 10 numbers and then the rest is going to be the country code. And you're going to see here that we have a comma. That's kind of like a caveat. So here we're going to have the phone number. So we need to use the comma so it knows that that's kind of like the limiter. So it knows that it needs to start from here and then start counting up to 10 numbers to get the phone number, and the rest is going to be the country code. Looks weird at first, but you're going to see that it's pretty amazing. So we're going to call compiler, find all content, and then we're going to go into the results, and we're going to print the country code. And you can see here we just put country result country code and result number. So we're using basically like it's a dictionary. So at first it might look probably, well, it looks different than regex. So let's run it first. And we have country code 001 and we have the phone number. So what happens if we were to do this? So we're going to put parentheses on the area code. Remember that on regex this failed. So when we run it here, we have the country code with a parentheses and we have the phone number, which is perfect. We didn't need to change any of the code. It just worked fine. What if we put here a dash? Works. It grabs with the dash, but it still grabs the country code. And also what is nice about this, we grab this number, we copy it, and here we put something like this. So now we have two phone numbers, one without parentheses, one with parentheses. So when we run this, we have the country code and the phone number for the first one. We have the country code and the phone number for the second one. And we didn't even need to change the code or replace anything or get rid of the parentheses or anything like that. So that, for me, it's really nice. So let's comment that and let's move to the next example, which is this one here. So let's say we have this here. So we have, hello, my name is Blag and I'm a senior developer advocate. So let's gonna comment that. So what we want here is to extract the name and the title. So we're gonna say here in our regex pattern, my name is, and this is gonna mean any letter, and the plus is gonna be what is coming after. Then, and I am a, whatever is there, because I mean in the title we can have a number, we can have a letter, whatever. So we just put a period and then a plus. So it's gonna grab anything that goes from the A until the very end. Here we're gonna search using our pattern on the string. We're gonna grab the first match, which should be Blag, the second match, which should be senior developer advocate, and we're gonna print that. Is there nothing to be found? I'm gonna say just no match found. So let's run that. And say name, Blag, title, senior developer advocate. So that works. That's fine, but still a little bit long. Although it's easier to understand because it's just the W plus and the period plus. But let's see how would that work using Parse. As you can see, it's just these many lines. So it's way simpler, way shorter. And let's try to make this a little bit bigger, just in case. So in Parse, we only have this. We're gonna import everything from Parse. We're gonna have the same string. Hello, my name is Blag, and I'm a silly blah, 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 blah. And here, we're gonna use the Parse function. Here, we're gonna say, we're gonna just copy everything. Hello, my name is, and between brackets name, and ama between brackets title. Then we just can call that as a dictionary, saying parse string name and title. That's like only 4 lines of code. And when we run it, it's going to be exactly the same. So it's going to be way shorter than the regex pattern, and it's going to be way easier to use because here we just can call it like it was a dictionary. So we have one more example, if I'm not wrong, is this one here. We actually have 2 more, which is nice. So here, for example, let's say we have this. So we have a P and we have a B, right? So this is a paragraph, this is bold. And we have Python light regex. And we want to grab just what is inside the bold tags. So we would say in regex, okay, start with a tag, then grab whatever comes. We want everything, but we don't want to grab the ending bold tag. So this basically is just gonna grab this that is inside the bold brackets. So if we run it, Python likes regex, which is perfect. But we can actually make it easier and nicer. So we're gonna comment this. It's almost the same amount of lines, but you're gonna see that this format is kind of better. So from Parse, we're gonna import everything. We're gonna have the same string. And here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a join because we just want to grab everything. We're gonna do is say grab everything that is between the bold tags. So what in the brackets is gonna be whatever is inside. So it's gonna grab everything, and we're using the join because we want to put it like in a single line. So when we call this, I don't write regex. So exactly the same, always easier because here on regex you need to remember that you need to put like the period and then the asterisk and then the question mark so you don't grabbing whatever it is at the end. Here is just the tag, what is inside, and close the tag. So it's gonna grab exactly the same, but I think it's kind of like easier to remember. So let's comment that. And let's jump to the next example. So this one is kind of nice. So here we're gonna say we need 5 examples of regex in Python, right? So here the idea is that we want to extract the number 5. We want to extract also regex, and we want to extract Python. Why? Because maybe we want to say we need 10 examples of dashboards in R, for example. So we need to be able to extract that. So here we're going to extract the count using regex, obviously. So we're going to have the boundaries here, and then we want to be something that is a digit. And the boundaries here are going to mean that it's going to be between spaces. So we're going to grab that. Here, we're going to say that we want whatever comes after off and has a boundary. So it's going to grab regex. And for the last one, we're going to say we want in, we want a space, and then we want whatever is coming next. And we want to ignore case just in case we're putting R in uppercase or whatever. So here is, we're going to count how many, what's the item, and what's the language. So let me save this. We're going to print it. It's going to say count 5 items regex and language Python, which is perfectly fine, but it's a little bit complicated. If now we want to jump into Parse, look at this. It's like completely simple. So if I comment lines, we're going to say the same. We need 5 examples of regex in Python. So we're going to use parse, and we simply need to say, we need, between brackets, a digit, examples of a word in a word. And then here, we're going to say how many. We're going to print the first iteration, the second one, and the third one. So this is going to go kind of like in an array. So we're going to read the first, the second, and the third element. If we save this, we actually don't delete that. It's going to say how many, 5, what, regex, language, Python. So you see, it's pretty easy. We can here say like, I don't know, 24, dashboards, are, for example. 24 dashboards are. So actually, if you compare this here, which are like, I don't know how many lines, but it's quite longer than this. This is way simpler and way nicer. Also, it's way easier to remember. So you see how the parts library can actually help you in probably not replacing all of regex, but for some things it would be pretty useful. I mean, regex can get pretty complicated sometimes.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't want to interrupt. You had a really good flow going through showing the different examples. That was awesome. I like how the parse library, it kind of it represents like a reverse template. So when you have a template, you pass in everything that you want to be replaced by a variable, but this actually works inverse or reverse of that, where you pass what the template is, and then parse goes and finds what those variables are and whatever string you pass to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I found that very cool as well. I mean, it's pretty awesome. Obviously, it's not as capable as regex can be, but then, I mean, you can have a regex like, I don't know how many characters long, like 50 characters to just extract something, right? So parse makes it really easy to deal with that. So it's cool.
Yeah, especially if you're starting out and you don't want to jump into regex land and you just want to get certain piece of information, it makes it very simple to kind of start grabbing information from anything like an email or calendar, any type of text, very easily. That was awesome.
Yeah, totally. And also, I mean, most likely after a month, you're gonna forget what you did in a complex regex. I mean, it's hard, and I love regex personally. I mean, I have used it in many projects. Like some projects, I have like fully based them on regex, like regex everywhere. But if I had parse, that would have made my life easier because it's complicated to validate everything.
Yep, totally. I see the benefit of using this tool.
Mm-hmm. So don't forget that we have live streams every Wednesday and Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 Pacific Time. Sorry, I'm kind of tired today. And also don't forget that we're out on all social media at Nylas, on Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok. Actually, we are on Threads as well. I just realized that. So Threads is a new social media from Meta, which was previously Facebook. So we're kind of everywhere. And don't also forget to go to developer.nylas.com where all our documentation resides. Our dedicated team is always trying to make the best documentation ever. So just go there. The nice thing about our documentation is that you can actually leave feedback on any part of the documentation. And let me quickly show you that, which I think is pretty nice. Let's say, for example, let me reshare my screen because I mean the docs team needs some praise. They're doing an awesome job. So let's say we go here to the Python SDK. We read through it, all good, we like it. And then here we can say what we think about this page. Was this page helpful? Of course, we're gonna put this happy face. What did you like? Awesome documentation. And we can say the feedback. So our doc team are gonna receive that feedback and it's gonna act depending on what you say. If you say that you didn't like it, that it's something to be improved, they're gonna work hard to improve it. So Just wanted to mention that our dogs had feedback, which is pretty cool. And I think that's it for today. We're already 20 minutes. So that was longer than I actually anticipated. I thought it was going to be like only 5 or 10 minutes, but it was way longer. So that was cool. Anything that you want to mention, Ram?
No, that was awesome. It was good you went through the docs. Feel free to go and check that out. We'd love to hear any feedback on how we can improve the developer experience. But thanks for walking us through that blog. That was awesome.
Cool. Yep, totally. So see you Friday. Bye, everyone. Take care.
Bye.